Not everyone is going to think the same way that you think about things. So just because you see things a certain kind of way might not always make you right about them.
Get it, 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 get it.
What's going on, everybody? Che McFadden here with Just Che LLC and Truckers Hustle. Today, I want to be talking about respect in the trucking industry, okay? From the shippers to the receivers to the drivers, dispatchers, agents, the owners of the company. You know, there's a relationship that you're going to build with people along the way throughout this career, you know, on this journey. And it's very important to always keep respect at the highest level. Okay, we're gonna get digging into that, but before we do, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you can stay current with the videos and topics that I'm gonna be releasing over the next several days to weeks to months and foreseeable future. I'm gonna be putting out a lot of information about the trucking industry so that you can have an understanding, a better understanding of what you're getting yourself into if trucking is something that you want to do. All right, so getting right into it, respect in the industry, okay? Respect is very big in the industry, and it might not seem like it, but I'm gonna tell you why. Because I can tell you, I'm the type of person, okay, personally speaking, I'm the type of person that once you mess up, man, that's it, okay? Once you mess up, it's very hard to regain and kind of bounce back from that. All right. They say the first impression is the lasting impression. I hold to that. All right. And I don't go up into some shipping office or some receiving office or anything like that and beat my chest and, oh, you're going to respect me. That's the quickest way to get put out and banned from property, to never pick up from them ever again. Okay. They can literally trespass you for doing something like that. All right. But, you know, when it comes to respect, always be the bigger person, man. Give it first, okay? Whether it's a greeting of the day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, how you doing? I'm so-and-so with, you know, whatever company I'm running for, okay? Set that tone first. Always be the first person to do that until they give you a reason to never do it again. And the next time, if you refuse or choose to never give any kind of greeting or anything like that again, you're justified. Okay, unless it's a different person that you're dealing with. And we live in a world today where there are cameras everywhere, okay? We're being surveilled all the time. We're constantly being watched or recorded, all right? And that goes for the cameras that actually sit up in the establishments. So rest assured that you're covering yourself either way you look at it, but always give respect first, okay? When it comes to shippers and receivers, all right, I'm not here to throw shots at anybody, but, you know, for the sake of me advocating for the truck driver, because I am one, okay? A lot of people don't know what we really have to deal with and go through on a day in, day out, all right, daily basis. We deal with people cutting us off all the time. We deal with getting flipped off. We deal with, you know, having a heavy load on the back and going up a hill and can't do no more than 35, 40, 45 miles an hour. You know, I don't have that problem, but anyway, like, these are the things that we have to deal with, okay? Nobody understands that. Some people will look at a truck and they'll see, you know, okay, well, they're going so slow, blah, 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 and they don't know the first reason as to why, okay? Now, they could put two and two together and say, oh, well, they must have a heavy load on the back. That's probably why they're going as slow as they're going, but not everybody thinks like that. That's a very big thing to keep in the forefront of your mind, okay? Not everyone is going to think the same way that you think about things. So just because you see things a certain kind of way might not always make you right about them. If nobody else understands it, then it doesn't matter, okay? Until something happens and somebody's life is being put at risk or, you know, in jeopardy, okay? But shippers and receivers, always give that respect to them first. If they give you a reason to never give it ever again, hey, rock with that. All right. And, you know, if you're an owner operator, guess what? If you choose not to ever pick up from them ever again, you never have to pick up from them ever again. So, you know, the ball is in your court when it comes to those kinds of things. Recently, in recent years, I would say, I've seen the script kind of flip a little bit. I noticed that a lot of shippers and receivers are actually changing their attitudes to drivers that are coming in. And a lot of times, man, drivers come in off the road and they might have been driving for 10, 11 hours, which is pretty typical, okay? And haven't had anywhere to lay down, or, haven't had the chance to get a good meal or anything like that. And what's bad is I've seen this happen. They'll take it out on whoever is on the receiving. They'll just attitude, man, just negativity. And, it being that way doesn't make their situation any better. And it's hard to get that through to people. All right. The whole concept of giving respect first plays a big part in that. So, just because somebody's having a bad day, that does not justify them having the attitude that they have. All right. We got to grow up, man, and understand that we're dealing with an industry where lives can easily be lost at the drop of a hat. Okay. Driver to driver respect. I'm going to tell you right now, man, this is not what it used to be. It's terrible now. And a lot of it is because people aren't understanding of diversity anymore. There are a lot more drivers in America now that do not really speak the best English. But see, we have technology that can mitigate that, like phones that translate and things like that. All right. So in that sense, are they trying? Yes, I would say they're trying. Okay. A few days ago, last week, actually, I ran into a guy. I was parked in the truck waiting for them to come out and change the tire. And I don't know I think he was from Ukraine, but he parked his truck. He came running over and he's like, he starts trying to talk, trying to have a conversation, but he knew enough to say, hey, like, hi, how you doing? But he knew nothing more beyond that. So he pulled out his phone and he starts translating and everything like that. And I'm like, oh, you need to find a shipping office. And he's like, yeah, I'd spoke it back into a phone, obviously, and it showed up. And he's like, yeah. So I take him over. He gets checked in and everything like that. And my God, man, like, I've never met the 10 years that I've been driving myself, okay, and the 25 plus years that I've had in the industry, I have never met somebody that was so grateful and had just a high level of respect and gratitude, man. The moral of that story is just, if it doesn't hurt you to help somebody that might be having a hard time, just help them out, man. Help them out. Don't go judging and all of that, because you never know, that person might be that one person that's able to save your life one day. I took that from that situation and many situations before. And, that's what allows me to say to myself, you know what, I'm going to help the next one, and I'm going to help the next one after that. All right. But the driver to driver respect is very far and few between. And it sucks, man. We should have the most respect for each other out of anybody else out here, because only we really know what it's like being out here on the road. Okay, not being able to go home at night to your loved ones, not being able to have a decent meal, not being able to relax enough to be comfortable enough to get back on the road. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, 34 hours sometimes is not enough. All right, but so that's driver to driver. Driver to dispatcher. It's very common for dispatchers to be a certain kind of way toward drivers, because they're used to us as drivers either complaining or having a reason, being able to justify why we can't do something. Okay. So there's a wall that's brought up between the dispatchers and the drivers sometimes, and we need to work on breaking that wall down. I don't know who it starts with, okay? But I can tell you personally, me breaking that wall down was breaking out of the type of sub-industry that I was in trucking in order to make that happen, okay? I got out of pulling a dry van. I was like, man, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. and I got into pulling open platform or flatbed, step deck, things like that. The freight you can see, straps, chains, tarps, all that. And with us, people don't typically mess with us because they know we have a lot more responsibility of what's going on in our trailer and actually being on the road than most others. Now, I'm not saying one job is better over the other, one job's worse over the other. You're gonna work a little bit harder with one of those one of those sub industries over the other. You're gonna work harder with one over the other, if that makes sense. Okay. So, the respect is there with the open platform drivers. It's not there as much as it should be for the dry van guys, but open platform, tanker, oversized, we get a little bit more respect on the scale of that spectrum than anybody else. And I can't explain why, but I mean, I could speculate and say because what we do is a little bit more dangerous, but at the same time, you take a dry van driver, you don't know what's in that trailer, man. You don't know what's in there. Okay, it could be anything in there, and whatever's in there might not be strapped down. Okay, so the mystery of not knowing what's in that trailer or what's on whatever trailer or tanker or whatever, we need to just knock that out the park. We all pull some kind of freight that amounts up to about 80,000 pounds. Okay, whether it's hazmat or not, or just heavy equipment, we need to knock all that out and knock those walls down, man, and have mutual respect for each other. And it goes for the dispatcher sitting behind a desk telling us where to go at the same time. Okay, if you take the dispatcher out of it, now we're talking driver to agent, okay, or driver to broker, freight broker. I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of times your agents or freight brokers are not going to have the care and respect to a certain level, okay, that you might be expecting them to. And to expect it is one thing, all right? And there's a difference between agents and freight brokers. I'll get into that in another video. There's a lot of content, man. There's a lot of stuff that we could talk about. But mainly with the broker, I'm gonna tell you how it usually goes with them, all right? If a broker is gonna put a load out there on a load board and it's paying a certain amount of money, all right? It's paying, say, a decent rate per mile, and you are subcontracting, like you own your truck, you own your trailer, but you run for a company. You don't have your own authority. And they put that rate out there for a certain rate, for a certain dollar amount, and you challenge them on that. They will do one of two things. They'll either see where you're coming from, or they will really be disturbed by you even thinking that you could get more money out of them. With the broker, you'll never see them. You will never see a freight broker, okay? And if you do, you got a relationship with one of them, or you have some kind of or there's some kind of meeting that you can attend to put them all together. But your freight brokers, you're 9 times out of 10, you're not ever going to meet them. Now your agents, to meet an agent, you are more likely to meet an agent than you are a freight broker. Your agents are going to be a little bit more committed to pretty much putting you under a certain load on a consistent basis. I'm not saying freight brokers can't and won't do that. I'm saying that freight brokers, they're not too concerned with that, okay? They see truck driver, they see load, hey, put them two together, cool. They see another one, cool. Put them together, great. That relationship is not as, for lack of a better term or expression, it's not as intimate as the relationship between a driver and an agent. All right. Last but not least, the most important relationship when it comes down to all of this. All right, the driver and the owner operator. Okay, the driver and the owner operator. Trucking is an industry where it's a revolving door of people. All right. Me owning Just Jay LLC could say, hey, look, I've got 5 trucks right now. I need 5 drivers. All right. At any point in time, this is what's important to understand for any owner operator out there or authority holder. This is very important to know. At any point in time, that driver can quit on you. Okay. And if the conditions are set and right for them to quit, they will quit. Okay. It doesn't matter where they are. You could be based out of Baltimore and that load could be going to Denver, Colorado. You give that driver well enough reason to quit on you, they will quit and you will have to go and recover that truck in whatever condition is in. Okay. This is one of the reasons why I only hired 2 people for my company. That's myself and that's my wife. Never hired anybody else. All right. And it's not to say I don't want nobody working for me. I know what risk I was willing to take. I know what risk I am willing to take. And I'm not cut out enough to be able to just drop everything and say, all right, well, I got to go and get my truck and bring it back. I don't have time for all of that. Okay. And I don't want to take the chances on any of that. All right. But trucking is the revolving door spins so fast in this industry, man. It's ridiculous. It's hard to keep up with sometimes. But the respect between the driver and the boss or the owner operator. Okay. Here's how it should work. And this is a tip for anybody on either end. All right. Remember, be the first one to give that bout of respect, right? Be the first one to extend that form of respect every time. All right, whether you're the driver or you're the owner operator. If you do that, okay, you put the other person in a position to where they have to either render the same kind of respect or honor. Okay, and that right there will set the tone and set the mood for how that relationship will be. Okay, owner operators understand, hey, at any point in time, this guy, this girl, this driver could quit. What can I do to make their life or their time out here on the road a little bit better? Okay, you can do this. Don't get all up in their butt, man, about time and things like that. Don't go over the top with limiting them on fuel and what they should spend and all of that, putting fuel in the truck and all of that. If you are going to be frugal about how you put fuel in the truck, then you need to have a specific system set up for fueling that truck up. You need to either have a card that's designated only for fueling, and that's it, or just that's a very important thing, man. All right. I'm pushing this video a little bit longer than I want to, but this is a very, I could talk about respect in trucking all day long and how we can actually better ourselves through the process of rendering respect and the way that it should be rendered. Okay. Drivers, understand that yes, you are in a position where you have an option to go somewhere. You have an option to say no, but the more you say no to a lot of things, the less likely the owner is going to be to want to really give you much of anything. Okay, you kind of push yourself down on that totem pole. All right, but that's respect in trucking. Drivers, respect the owners. Owners, respect the drivers, because they're the ones that's they're keeping you in business. They're keeping your equipment in check. They're keeping it right. If they start failing on that part, then hey, yeah, then it's time for them to go. Okay, it's time for them to go. Drivers, if the owner's not paying you up to a certain amount, or they can't compensate the way that they said they were able to originally, hey, it might be time to go. There's always somebody out there looking for a truck driver, guaranteed. And chances of being picked up within about a week's time are pretty high. All right. Hey, so look, I'm Che McFadden, just Che LLC, Truckers Hustle. Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you being here. Remember, man, respect first. All right. That's what's going to keep this industry in a decent way, keep us going the way that we should be going. All right, don't forget, like, subscribe, share this video to somebody out there that's looking to get into trucking, okay? And I'll holler at y'all. I appreciate it. Take it easy.
Get it, 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 hey, get it, get it, get it, hey, get it, get it, get it, get it, yeah, get it, get it. On my soul, ain't no letting up.